Shwmae a chroeso I Sgwrs, podlediad Consortiwm Canolbarth y De. Yn y podlediad hwn byddwch chi'n clywed y trafodaethau diweddara am bob math o bethau addysg. Hello and welcome to Sgwrs, the Central South Consortium podcast. In this podcast we'll bring you the very latest discussions on all things education.
Shwmae and croeso, hello and welcome to the Central South Consortium podcast. In 2021, in collaboration with schools and universities in the region, we created a publication called 10 Ways to Support Initial Teacher Education in Schools. This is the 8th episode in a series of 10, each exploring one of the 10 ways that schools can offer the right kind of environment where both student teachers and school can flourish. The title of this podcast is Promote Welsh Language Development. Now, my name is Sian Watkins and I have two guests today. I'd like to welcome Aled Hopton, who is mentor and Welsh champion at Dolau Primary in Pontyclun. Welcome, Aled.
Diolch. And
I'd also like to welcome Sioned Dafydd, senior lecturer in Welsh ITE at Cardiff Metropolitan University. Bore da, Sioned.
Bore da, Sian.
Now, it's good to see you both. Let's get straight to it. We're going to tackle how we can promote Welsh language development in student teachers, whether they are Welsh or English medium. Is that correct? Yes?
It is, yeah.
Great. And of course, Aled, you'll have a unique perspective on this, given your school is very much bilingual. So, Aled, when a school welcomes a student teacher, they just don't know who they're getting, do they? And what knowledge they already have. Where on earth do they actually start? Where do you start when it comes to helping them with their Welsh language development?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So it's quite a challenge, really, when we welcome students. It's really important for us to gauge a sort of baseline for the individual students. And my setting is a dual entry school with a Welsh and an English medium department. So we do deal with a huge range of abilities, which could be from first language Welsh speakers who possibly have been off doing an English medium degree and are returning to Welsh. They could be very sort of confident Welsh speaking students, or we could be looking at students who have no experience of Welsh at all. So for us, it's really critical that we sort of do a baseline assessment with them, just to gauge really where and how we can support those students. And there's a great tool available from the Welsh Government, which we've used as a sort of self-evaluation tool. It's the Welsh Language Competency Framework for Education Practitioners. And just by using that and highlighting on there, we can self-evaluate and sort of have discussions with those students about where they feel they're at, and where their journey is to go next, and how to target them. So really, it's about getting that baseline and remembering actually that the Welsh language development comes as a critical descriptor for us in terms of developing students. So it's really important that we do target that really effectively.
Oh, I'm glad you've reminded us of that, actually, because you're right. There is a very specific descriptor in the professional standards for teaching and leadership, isn't there, on Welsh language development itself. So it is really important for all students to address that, and for mentors to support them with that. Yeah. And Sioned, what about the curriculum Cymraeg? Is there a need there to sort of develop student teachers with that?
There definitely is, Sian, because as Aled has rightly said, we've got the framework, the Welsh Language Competency Framework, for assessing the students' own language skills and their ability to teach Welsh as well. So, and that's a tool now that's used in secondary schools, primary schools, Welsh medium schools. The whole continuum is on that. But there's nothing there relating specifically to curriculum Cymraeg. And yes, it mustn't be ignored. So sometimes, we will have students from overseas, some students from across the border as well, who will have very little idea about this curriculum Cymraeg, about how to promote the Welshness of the school. It's all about that real life context, giving children the real life context, which is so important in in the new curriculum, of course. So yes, I think, as Aled says, we need to identify as well their knowledge about all things Welsh, and how to actually make the curriculum relatable for the children who live in Wales. So yes, I think there's a dual responsibility, not only the Welsh language development, but also curriculum Cymraeg.
Okay, that's really interesting. I mean, if we think about it, I would imagine most mentors would feel fairly comfortable talking about the curriculum Cymraeg, but what about those mentors who also have their own weaknesses in Welsh? I don't know, Aled, whether you have to deal with that, you know, because it's very hard, isn't it, for a mentor to support a student teacher if they also don't have confidence in their use of Welsh themselves?
Yeah, so for us, it's really important that we're able to support all of our teachers and our student mentors within the school. And there are a few ways we can do that. So where there are mentors that are slightly less confident with their own language development, we've worked very hard and very closely as a Welsh department to support our English department, looking at a continuum of Welsh language, which specifically sort of brings in things like language patterns, questions and answers, and Welsh idioms, for example, a lot of those things. So what we're trying to create is a package to support our English department teachers and mentors, but also on the Welsh department, you know, you have the same confidence issues in the Welsh language. We know mutations is a particular bugbear for first language speakers in particular, and that's an area then where we try to support from a Welsh champion point of view, just provide an all-round support for all our mentors. One other thing we do then is myself in collaboration with a senior mentor, we try to arrange best practice observations where our mentors who are maybe lacking in confidence in that department would have the opportunity to go and see their teachers.
The Welsh champion role is quite important to be able to support their not just student teachers, but for the mentors themselves.
Yes, there's quite a lot that goes with it, and I think if you find the right person that's quite passionate about the Welsh language, it's something that sort of comes in quite naturally to want to support the all-round development of the Welsh language. When I look at the Welsh Government strategic goal, that's something I really want to be a central part of in any way I can. So whether it's supporting the staff and the mentors in school, or going on and supporting the students that come to us on their placements, that's something that I really want to do. And even to the point where when I speak to students, I try and leave open channels of communication so that when they go on to their next placement, if they want to make contact back by email to ask questions and further their development, that's something I'm really keen on, just so we can promote that ongoing learning.
Okay, really strong message there about making the most of expertise in school, most definitely. And Sioned, what about student teachers' own? We've talked about student teachers' own Welsh language development, but of course they've got to encourage pupils to use Welsh too.
Yes, you're quite right, Sian. And I was glad to hear Aled mention, sentence patterns that need to be promoted with students, but also with pupils. I think what we find these days possibly is that students have a better understanding that it's not using their own Welsh in class that's important, but that they're promoting children and getting children to use Welsh. And that's considered the planning stage, really, so that when they're planning sessions, they're thinking ahead and thinking, well, if I'm asking a question in Welsh, what sentence pattern do I expect the children to be using in response? And I think this is why schools are so good at, modelling this for our students, so that students see that in practice. It's not about them using their Welsh, it's about them getting pupils to develop and use their Welsh.
Yes, I can see that's really important, Sioned, yeah. Aled, I know that bilingualism is a specialty of your school. I mean, we've touched on it a few times already. And I know that you're quite strategic about how you develop student teachers' Welsh language development. So can you share a little bit more about what you actually do at your school?
Yeah, okay. So just referring back to the fact that we're quite a unique setting, really, in terms of having the two mediums in one school. For us, it's very much based upon that collaboration, which you might expect to happen on a cluster level, with Welsh medium schools working alongside English medium schools. We're fortunate to have that going on within our school. For me personally, as the champion, there's a lot we do in terms of taking students out of their class and doing sort of Welsh seminars with them, which allows us really to develop their knowledge of the context, referring right back to the Welsh Government strategic goal of 1 million Welsh speakers by 2050. And I suppose doing the session initially on that is like anything, really important, just setting down why everything's happening and why we have such an emphasis on the Welsh language. I then like to develop those seminars in terms of starting with an initial sort of bank of Welsh vocabulary and Welsh skills that they can take into a classroom setting and start using straight away. But then also, I've created a feedback form which I take back off the students at the end of that half-day session, and I do a follow-up, which allows me really to get into the nitty-gritty of what they really want to develop, and in using that alongside the Welsh Government framework, which they initially did as a self-evaluation, that allows me to really target specifically how to move them forward, and how to hit that descriptor during their practice. There are things we've done in school. I previously mentioned our continuum for Welsh skills, which hits on things like the idioms, the mutations, sentence patterns, questions and answering. And I was listening to Sioned's answer regarding when Sioned spoke about the fact that we need to take a bit more time and really stress the importance of the planning of the students. And I find that that's a really critical thing for us, is when students maybe, and it is daunting to be learning a new language as part of your career, but when doing that, if students are able to plan very carefully, that makes it a lot more accessible for themselves as teachers, but also makes it a lot more accessible for the learners in the class. And by using that continuum, they're able to sort of make that planning as easy as possible and find the structures and the Welsh skills that they want to identify within that lesson. There's a lot of other things we do then. There are amazing resources available, like the Work Welsh website, which particularly is good for English medium. And then there's the app, the Sgwrs Iaith Athrawon app, which maybe is more geared towards Welsh medium students, but a lot of sort of wraparound things that we can provide just to really give as much support as we can to help the students through developing their Welsh language.
You do an awful lot there then, don't you, Aled? And that's really, really excellent practice there. For any school who's sort of still fairly new to starting this, would you have one top tip to get them started?
I suppose for me, I'm very passionate, and I just feel as though with language development, I've seen people come in as multilingualists who are really keen to develop language, but I've seen people come in who are really scared of the idea of developing a new language. And I think it's just enveloping those students in as much support as you can, so that you drive and promote confidence in their future learning. And I suppose the key overarching message we need to get across is that the end goal is to provide richer opportunities and open more doors for our young learners, and that goal is worth it for anyone.
Great advice there, great advice. And Sioned, do you have one top tip to finish us off?
Well, I would suggest that, schools, as Aled has said, support students' own Welsh language development, but schools don't need to be afraid either, because, they do a lot. Schools where there are mentors who don't speak necessarily a lot of Welsh themselves, they're still promoting Welshness through things like a Siarter Iaith, if they're a primary Welsh medium school, or Cymraeg Bob Dydd, if they're a secondary English medium school. There are initiatives that schools have in order to promote Welshness, as well as Welsh language development, and they need to share that with students, because there's excellent practice out in schools, whether people speak Welsh or not, but there's still excellent practice there, and students can benefit from seeing that in practice.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, that's all the time that we have for this particular podcast. I really would like to say diolch yn fawr iawn to Aled and Sioned. It's been really great to have you both here. And to our listeners, I'd just like to remind them that please remember that this is one in a series of 10. Please look out for our other episodes. And if you want to read more, the publication 10 Ways to Support Initial Teacher Education in Schools is available on the Central South Consortium website. And within that handbook, you will find links to many of the resources that actually Aled and Sioned have referred to in the podcast today, including the Welsh Language Framework. So thanks very much for listening.
Diolch am wrando ar y benod hon o Sgwrs. Cofiwch ein dilyn ar Twitter a Facebook, tanysgrifio ein sianel YouTube, ymuno yn cymunedau ar ein gwefan a darllen ein bwletin ysgolion wythnosol am y newyddion diweddaraf. Thanks for listening to this episode of Sgwrs. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our online communities via our website, and read our weekly school bulletin for the latest news. Hwyl am y tro. Bye for now.